A great search brought to you by DigiKey and Adafruit. Every single week, Lady is a part of engineering to help you. Yes, you find the things that you want on digikey.com. And you know, some weeks in the past, I remember we used to go to a website and we would dig stuff.
Yes.
I remember that.
All right, so let's go to the overhead. So Mr. Lady was digging through some boxes because we were moving and we're unboxing stuff, and he found an old Advanced Circuits PCB panel. So this is how I used to order my prototypes of Advanced Circuits.
I collect these like art. People didn't know that. I think Lady is an artist.
With their $33 deal, which they still have, by the way. Advanced Circuits still has it.
Yeah, they're like the Arizona iced tea.
Yeah.
Of PCB.
Really, but you had to buy 3 of them, so it was $100. And so for that reason, I would always buy. I would panelize as many PCBs as I could. So in this case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are 2 variants of the same. One's a little bit bigger because I think I just like tweaked some setup stuff. And I think I had also this little mini breakout for a chip I wanted just to solder down and I just run wires, but I wanted to have some substrate. And then I would cut these out with nips. And you're probably like, wow, how did you deal with all the fiberglass? And the answer is that's how I gained my superpowers. So when I was at, the
fiberglass went into your bloodstream?
Yeah.
But you had superpowers before this, though.
Well, more so. And this is, Creative Commons copyright. So this was a PCB from 2005. So it's
a cell phone jammer.
12, yeah, cell phone. So this is 20 years old. So one of the things that was funny is this has the old DIGG button kit, which was one of my first kits that we made. And I think, Mr. Lady, you told me to do this because you were...
I placed bets.
Friends with Kevin Rose and
stuff. I placed bets. I founded Hackaday, and I thought maybe it would be around for a long time. And I thought DIGG would be around for a long time because I think Kevin in particular has a pulse on things different than a lot of the now like founders and stuff like that, because he built some websites in the public.
Yeah.
So
it's not. Revision 3 doesn't
none of it does.
Okay, so if we still have the guide.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the computer now because I didn't want you to go to like a old website that didn't have a domain renewed. So anyways, so they're coming back, and it's the co-founder of Reddit and Kevin Rose are doing a DIGG site, and I'm on the beta. It's called like Groundbreakers.
Yeah, and this was an EFF. We did a giveaway.
And they're doing a really good job of like what the future of like forums and discussion and humans discussing things with humans. So I'm participating in the forums. I'm like, maybe we'll bring back the button, but it'll be like web USB and like it'll be all this cool stuff. Like you could do a lot of interesting educational electronics and social stuff.
And then I'm like, before Arduino, so it's like I programmed these chips,
Arduino,
individually, and then you'd get one in the kit, you'd solder it in.
Yeah, so maybe it's time to come back.
And then there was a battery pack. You can't see it, but there's a battery pack behind it. Or maybe it was a coin cell.
Yeah.
Coins. I think I started with a double. Oh yeah, if you look on the back if you go to the overhead, on the back I used it just used a large coin cell, and it just used like deep sleep mode, and it actually lasted quite a while. So so that's that. So what we wanted to do is we were chatting, and we're like, maybe we'll go out again for drinks with Kevin Rose to 20 years later, do the 20-year edition of the DIGG button, but this time it would have like Wi-Fi, and it would like actually connect to your DIGG account, and like you could authenticate it as like an app, do the API. But to start with, let's the parts that I used, I did like, who even knows anymore? Let's find on DigiKey a source for some 7-segment displays that we can use for this kit, and then we'll
it'd be neat if your web searches transmitted to past Lady Ada. It's like, look, the future is really cool, but it's also not what you're going to expect.
Okay, so looking for a segment LED, which is what we're talking about. So they're used in a lot of different things, but in this particular case, this is the closest to what we want. We want character and numeric. And take a look. Yeah, so these are individual. So in general, it's better to buy like a combo, like with multiple digits, because less soldering, less work. And also, they tend to be less expensive because it's like you're paying for the packaging. So let's get active only, and like normally stocking. Again, we want something we can actually purchase. And then let's do 3 or 4 digits. And I don't actually care too much about the color. Okay, so what do we got here? So a couple options. Let's sort by price because I want to make the kit, affordable. I don't need the highest quality of all things. These are marketplace. So one thing, especially with some of these with marketplace, I actually don't know where they ship from. And so
Welcome to another tariff lesson.
Yeah, that could be a different tariff lesson. So even though these are available and like maybe we'll try them out, I'm going to skip marketplace products and make sure that they are shipped and sold by DigiKey so I know that there's no tariff surprises.
Yeah. Let us know, folks, because we talk to DigiKey on a very frequent basis and we can ask if they can find other things to help find the things you need.
Okay, one thing I forgot, I wanted to search by quantity price. So for 500 pieces, which is, that'll show me the price at 500, which is like much better than the price at one individual. So there's a couple options, 3-digit, 4-digit. One thing that I did look, some of these do have tariffs applied, usually about 10%, is I like bright ones. And so notice some of these have like very low millicandela, like under 1. I'm going to filter out any of them that have like less than 2 millicandela because that's really dim. So I'm going to select all of these. I don't believe this 5,000 is correct. I think it's a typo. That would blind you. I don't think you need that bright 7 segments. And so I kind of like the look of the one. I like this contrast. This one, I actually just don't even like the look of that red background. And this one is, inexpensive, but it's 0.39. So the only thing I want to make sure is if you go to the overhead, let's just make sure that it's the same as what we've got here. So
has anyone ever made calipers that transmit into like whatever you're
yeah, they do have digital ones.
Yeah.
We have to cover up that light or just remove it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, we moved the ladder. We have a ladder.
Yeah.
This is happening.
Okay. So yeah, these are about 0.39 inches. So this is the right size. This is a 4-digit, which is less expensive than a 1-digit, but I think that's okay. One thing, can you go back to the computer?
Yeah.
I think at the time 3-digit was less expensive, but also I think with 4-digit, you can actually start to have like little, like you have words basically scroll by. So I'm into it. And I like how they are available in like weird ass package quantities because they come in a tray. So yeah, I think it's gonna be my pick, the TDCR 1060 from Vishay. I like their stuff. Comes in a 6-dip. They have data sheets and models. And then, we'll multiplex this. Maybe we'll, like I said, use a Wi-Fi module or chip and we'll be able to, we can display like the IP address and stuff too. So you could like connect to your own DIGG button. Maybe we'll have a little mini DIGG site that it can host. So this is my pick for a replacement on the DIGG button, which we'll remake and make more cyber.
I dig it. Yeah, I should probably
Submit this.
I should probably contact them because I think DIGG's probably a little different than, hey Kevin, can we make a DIGG button? They like probably have a group of people, or not. We'll see. There might be like, hey, absolutely not. So that means we'll make anti-DIGG.
Gid.
Yeah. Anyways, I dig this.
All right, sweet.
Where